Hello everybody and welcome back to the lecture. As this section of the course is all about generating images from text instructions, we cannot overlook such an important topic as how to create those instructions or prompts. So in the upcoming video, I'll share my top 7 recommendations on how to craft effective prompts. Let's get started. Sometimes you'll see solid outputs with simple, open-ended prompts, especially if you are open to surprises. However, when you have a specific vision in mind, describing various details can help lead you to perfection. But regardless of the direction you want to take, I recommend starting with a simple prompt and then adding extra details one by one to see how they affect the image. Begin with a description of your subject matter: person, animal, landscape, fictional character, and so on. Generate your first image and then include extra details or content like its location, information about the environment and lighting, as well as emotions or moods you like to introduce. Please note that in Firefly you don't need to use words like generate or create in the description of your prompt. To clarify the idea of what you want to create, it is helpful to ask yourself a series of questions. For instance, here is a checklist that you might use. Decide if you want a photo or an illustration. What is your subject matter? Think of specific effects and details you want to include. Please don't feel overwhelmed or frustrated by the number of details and nuances that you need to know, and remember to craft a good prompt. If you watched previous videos in this section, you already know that all these effects and styles are embedded into Firefly's interface. So all you need to do is select a category you are interested in, browse through the effects, and choose one or several that you like. Please experiment with the settings to find those effects and styles that you like and that may work best for your creative ideas. To speed up your experimentation process and save your generative credits, please refer to the course handbook where I've collected images created with different effects under the same prompt so that you can see the differences. You can click on each image to go to the prompt inside Firefly and try it out for your own project. When working with effects, don't try to add many of them in one go, but rather approach the process iteratively, seeing how adding one new effect changes your image. Please don't forget that you can adjust the strength of the style effects by adjusting the position of the strength slider. This is quite an effective method if you want to push Firefly to maximize or minimize the application of the chosen effects. As you might have guessed by now, you can go far beyond the current interface of Firefly and include additional descriptions in your prompt that may take the AI creative process in a completely different direction or add extra flavor or nuances to your images. Here are just some examples of what you can add to the prompt: type of photography, environments, emotions and moods, magic words, specific art styles. I've prepared a quick demo where I've demonstrated how final images have been changed by adding the details from the list. Let's take a look. Alright, let's continue with tips and tricks for creating great prompts. My recommendation number 4. Pay attention to the order of the words in your prompt. Let's take a look at these two examples. You see that I used the exact same words for generating two images. However, the final output is different. In the first example, we see that more emphasis is done on the snowy landscape rather than a wooden cabin, as I placed snowy landscape at the very beginning of my prompt. So the words at the beginning of the prompt have more weight than the words at the end. Alright, let's move next to recommendation number 5. Be respectful of third-party rights and don't use keywords that violate copyright, trademark, privacy, or other third-party rights. For example, these are the results I'll get if I try to generate an image with the prompt Tesla-style humanoid robot. I'll get similar results if I include such keywords as in the style of artist name into my prompt. So here is what I get if I ask Firefly to create a picture in the style of Salvador Dali. In case you've experimented with other AI art generators before, you've probably used artist keywords in your prompts, so it may feel counterintuitive to remove them from your prompt. However, Adobe is committed to setting the industry standard for the responsible use of generative AI and ethical creativity. And as such, Adobe encourages the use of descriptive prompts, style effects, and compositional techniques without directly referencing contemporary artists or copyrighted characters. This approach ensures that all generated artwork respects the rights of creators while promoting an environment of innovation and inclusivity. Cool, here is my next recommendation. Look for inspiration and examples when crafting your own prompts. Let me explain. If you are just starting your creative journey with AI and you are not a designer or illustrator, I have to warn you that it might be challenging for you to create detailed descriptive prompts. So don't be disappointed and give yourself some time to get used to the new tool. Start by looking at the ideas of others, for example, by browsing through Firefly's community page. Choose the ones you like, look at the prompts that have been used to create them, and try to play with them by making some modifications and add or remove keywords, as well as adjust style effects. It is also a good idea to create a mood board or a gallery of images that you like and might use as a reference later on. For example, here is a mood board I created in Notion when working on this course. Here I saved the images I came across in the Firefly community that I might use as a reference or inspiration for my next project. In the board, I saved an image, the prompt that was used to create it, as well as styles and effects that were applied to the prompt. Notion has pre-built mood board templates that you can use as well. And I also leave a link to this mood board, in case you want to use it as a reference. Alright, and last but not least, don't forget to enjoy the process of creating the prompts. At first, it might be hard to see your own touch in the artwork, because the AI is the one making it, based on your prompts. But without your unique ideas on how to craft those prompts and how to blend them with different style effects, the AI wouldn't be able to create anything. So be yourself, throw your ideas out there, and make sure to have fun. Okay, these were my key recommendations on creating effective prompts. To recap, start with a simple prompt and then add extra details one by one to see how they affect the image. Ask yourself a series of questions to clarify the idea of what you want to create. Go beyond Firefly's interface and add extra descriptions to your prompt for more creative directions and nuances in the final images. Pay attention to the order of the words in your prompt. The words at the beginning of the prompt have more weight than those at the end. Respect third-party rights by avoiding copyrighted or trademarked keywords in prompts. Look for inspiration and examples in the Firefly community and create mood boards with images that you like and might use as a reference. Last but not least, have fun creating your artwork. Later in the course, we will explore some additional, more advanced techniques for crafting your prompts, so stay tuned.